Hey everyone, my name's Erik Thor, and we just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I don't even know how the hell that's possible. There aren't even 1,000 people on the planet, but here we are. We are 1,000 subscribers following this channel, 1,000 people working to create a typology without stereotypes, without confusing technical jargon, just simple truths about people, just learning about humanity, just learning about flow, just learning about what it means to be true to yourself, what it means to be an actualized person. And to be honest, I couldn't have asked for better followers, better supporters, for better comments. Most of you have been more than amazing. Most of you have been so positive, so curious, so asking so many good questions. And it's really been a huge thrill interacting with all of you, and I want to keep on doing that. I want to keep talking to you guys, learning more about you, and working together with you, doing great things together. I have actually some big plans. I have big plans to improve on the new younggunacademy.org website, to give you guys more free and amazing content on personality psychology. I'm actually working on finalizing our first handbook, where you can actually get a comprehensive resource where you can learn about all the subtypes, all the different temperaments, all the different values, and the different types in greater depth than you could ask for in other resources. Something I always value very highly, that is to be original, to say something new, because there is so much repetitive content on the internet, so much old content, so much outdated information. A lot of resources out there on the websites will tell you about the types without teaching you anything about yourself. There are so many descriptions out there that seem nice and poetic and well written, but are actually quite empty. Either they are so general that they are essentially meaningless, or they are so complex and so theoretical and so forced on the technical cognitive function jargon that they only speak about the functions but not without telling you anything about yourself. Often we can leave these websites feeling like, wow, this was fascinating, but I have no idea what it means, and that's something I want to get away from. If I confuse you guys, if I stereotype, let me know and I'll stop doing it, and I'll make sure to improve on the content. And now, what can we do together? What can we do now? Because I want to do something with you, and I was thinking, what can I do to thank you all for what you're doing, for supporting me? And I guess what I could do is I could create a portal where we could discuss these things in greater depth, and I can improve our online activity on Patreon, on Facebook, and on Twitter, so that we can be more together with you guys out there wherever you are. We have Tumblr pages, we have Facebook pages, we have groups, anything for anyone who wants to interact and to be a part of this movement. Because this is a movement. It's not like regular typology groups where you simply where you simply learn about the types. It's also about challenging past theories, and it's about creating something new. It's about taking what Carl Jung did and to go deeper. Beyond just the 8 cognitive functions, to actually learning about all the different networks in the mind, all the different ways of thinking, not just those 8 that he found. It's about the different archetypes and learning about health and motivation. What I want to do is I want to create something that is like a mixture between the Enneagram and between the MBTI. I want something that doesn't just tell you your personality type, but also your path to actualization, your path to flow, your path to being a healthy, self-motivated person. And so what I'm doing is that is always at the center of everything. When I'm writing about feeling and thinking, I'm helping people identify what it is that gives them motivation. Is it feeling or is it thinking? Because we all value different things. What you find meaningful, other people might not find as meaningful. What other people find meaningful, you might not find meaningful. And I'm also trying to combat stereotypes, like a stereotype that people find work meaningful. I think people only find work meaningful as a means to an end. Work, to most of us, 80% of the people in the world say work is pointless or feels pointless. And I can imagine the rest of the 20% are actually doing quite fun jobs, quite different jobs. 80% find themselves feeling completely unfulfilled at their workplaces. So something isn't right. People aren't feeling motivated by our society, the society that we've created. People actually don't respond well to money as an incentive. Money is great, sure, we want money, all of us want money, but truth is, psychology finds that people find money to be a dulling incentive. It makes us work less, it makes us feel less motivated, it makes us feel less happy. And it's crazy because you'd imagine that thinkers would find money or work to be stimulating and that feelers would prefer not to work at all. But that's not the truth. Truth is apparently nobody wants to work well, we're gonna get our wish granted. We're living in a world where AI is coming, robots are coming and they're taking our jobs, and we are gonna be standing there. A lot of us are gonna be standing there after we lose our works because we're gonna realize that work gave us a sense of satisfaction when we were able to do it. It made us feel important, even when we weren't doing something important. But now we're gonna have to find our own motivation. We're gonna have to find what we find fulfilling. And then we actually have to start thinking about, like, for me, when I stopped doing politics, when I stopped pushing myself to the limit and I actually started introspecting on my life, I actually had to find out what I found rewarding, not just what I thought was rewarding. And that's the interesting discussion we have ahead of us. What do we want to do in this world where everything is going to become automatized? Robots are going to clean our floors, and robots are going to fill our paperwork, and AI is going to manage our politics. How are we going to manage such societies? What are we going to do? What will people do in the future? What do you think you want to do in the future? I believe we have a big, massive discussion in front of us to how we are going to survive in the future age, because a lot of people are either feeling threatened by AI, feeling like they won't be good enough to compete against AI. Either we feel too uneducated to comprehend all the information, all the different media sources. We don't feel like we have enough critical thinking to survive all the fake information out there. And we don't feel like we are equipped to manage. And then how do we equip ourselves to manage the future? What are we going to do to manage the future? I believe we have a lot of work to do to become more active, more aware, more motivated, more critical, more in touch with ourselves, because that's essentially it. An active individual, a person who can think critically, is an individual who actually cares about the information they take in. A person who questions things is a person who actually wonders about the content, who's actually curious about how it works, who actually wants to study it, wants to learn about it. And a person who doesn't ask any question, a person who just takes in without thinking about it, is a person who is pretty much an automaton. It's pretty much to be the definition of the autopilot. And I think a lot of us are stuck in that. A lot of us are stuck in that mode. We are, like the metaphor, zombies, walking around blindly forward, searching for brains. Okay, that's a terrible impression, but you get the point. We are so dependent today on authority figures to tell us what to think, what to feel, what to do. We say we have this democratized society, but then we have schools that tell us what to learn. Then we have workplaces with bosses telling us what to do. And we have created this huge hierarchy with a lot of people, 80% of the people feeling like they have no power, and 20% feeling like they have all the power. So is that going to be the future for us? Is that what we are headed towards? Are we going to become more and more tame, more and more prone to autopilot, like this like the Idiocracy movie, where nobody has any intelligence, any ability for freedom of thought? Or are we going to become more intelligent, more empathic, more compassionate, more aware, more critical, and more open to new information and to change? I have no answer of what's going to happen in the future. Even if I'm an INFJ, I have no answer of what's going to happen in the future. I only have questions, and I only have my own intentions, and my own intentions are to make us all become more free thinking, more compassionate, more aware. I hope you want to work with me in that, and I hope that you will continue to be a part of this community, and I hope that we can create something amazing together. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.